to videos. So today I am reviewing the new movie to recently released and do really good in the box office, Sonic the Hedgehog, directed by Jeff Daniels and starring James Marsden and the ever so famous Jim Carrey and Sonic the Hedgehog. So, what happens in this movie? This movie, it starts off on a remote planet that kind of looks like Green Hills, the Green Hill Zone from Sonic games. Now, it starts off there, and Sonic, he's living his life. He's a little kid, just living his life, running around, only person on the island, but people are constantly after his powers. He has the amazing ability to run really fast. Now, one thing before I go further is that if you're a Sonic fan, you're going to see so many references to Sonic games, but but not so to the point where it's like, if you don't know Sonic whatsoever, you're going to be confused. Like, this movie, and also this movie is really fast-paced, like fast-paced, but it kind of makes sense since Sonic's really fast. So Sonic, he goes to an owl named Longclaw, who is kind of like his, I guess, caretaker, you could say. And she continuously says, people are after your powers, you really should leave. So she gives him a bag full of rings. Now these rings, they look just like how they do in the video games, but instead of them being used for money, they are basically, you can throw it, think of a place, and then the ring will change into a portal to the place you were thinking of. So Longclaw the owl makes a portal from one of the rings that goes to, of all places, Earth. And just as a group of echidnas, they try and go after Sonic. So she throws Sonic into the portal with the bag of rings, and she says, live here, run to here, and if anything bad happens, go to another world. So then the portal closes, and Sonic is on Earth. So then 10 years go by. 10 years. Sonic is now older. He has lived and hid in the small town of Green Hills, Montana. I know, Green Hills. Haha. So, and he's just messing around, living his life on Earth, having as much fun as he can. So then we get to know who James Marsden plays, who is Tom Wachowski, the cop. He's a cop, but he is really bored at his job, just because being in a small town, nothing really happens. Nothing really bad happens. He doesn't really he enjoys the job, but he wants more. He wants actual stuff to happen, so he really is thinking about, so he actually tried to apply to a job in San Francisco, and he actually gets the job. Him and his wife, or I guess girlfriend, I don't even know, they decide to move. They're thinking, okay, we're gonna move to San Francisco just to settle down there, we'll be happier. But in the background, Sonic, he's kind of grown to Tom and his girlfriend, wife, whatever. He's kind of grown to like them because he's always hidden behind them. He lives right behind their house. So he's really grown to like them. And he tries to incorporate him. He tries to incorporate himself into their lives. Somehow, when they watch a movie, he in the window watches it with them. And there's literally a reference, and I swear to God, it made me laugh when I saw it. They're watching Speed, and he's like, oh my God, yes, Keanu Reeves, he's a national treasure. I'm like, oh my God. Of course he likes that movie, Speed, because he is Speedy. So, yeah. So Sonic, hearing that Tom, who he nicknamed the Donut Lord because he eats a lot of donuts, he's really sad to see that he might move, or he doesn't really know, but he's really sad to see him move because Sonic, from all of his time on Earth, which is 10 years, he really has no actual friends. He's alone. He does not form any relationships with anyone. Tom does not even know who he is. Nobody knows who Sonic is. He's basically just hidden, trying to keep quiet. And one night when Sonic is playing baseball by himself, he really just comes to terms he's alone. He has no one, and he can't be with anyone. He feels sad. So he runs around so fast and creates enough energy that it just bursts. There's a huge wave of energy that knocks out the power to the entire Pacific Northwest of the U.S. So Then, so the U.S. Department of Defense, which that's our military, by the way, they're like, okay, we have a problem. All the power to the Northwest is gone. Like, what do we do? So they decide to send this guy.
What the?
There to figure it out. And yeah, no, not that guy. Not Neil McDope as Sergeant Bennington. It's not him. Although he is in this movie for some reason for like maybe a minute. And once again playing a military official. Like, I don't know what's been up with him lately. He seems to like to play military officials all of a sudden. Like in Project Blue Book, he's like the general. Like, he's like the head general trying to make sure the knowledge about aliens does not get to the public. But like what? And also, by the way, if you watched history, watch Project Blue Book. It's on at 10 p.m. Tuesday nights. Watch it. It's so good. If you're like conspiracy theories about aliens. So anyway, back to the movie. They do not send Neil McDougall as Sergeant Bennington. Oh, he's there, but he's not like in charge. Instead, they send this guy.
Are you in charge here?
Yes, I am.
Nope!
I'm
Wrong. I'm in charge.
Allow me to clarify. In a sequentially ranked hierarchy based on level of critical importance, the disparity between us is too vast to quantify. Agent Stone?
The doctor thinks you're basic.
Listen, pal, I don't know if you realize
I'm sorry, Major. What was your name?
Benny. Nobody cares.
Yes, Dr. Robotnik. This mad scientist. He's really smart. He's the smartest man on Earth, but he's kind of crazy. He's a real egomaniac and just kind of really in-your-face jerk. So he launches his drones and other machines to search the forest for Sonic, and he actually ends up finding a footprint, one of Sonic's footprints. And so then Sonic, seeing that the military is like kind of on his trail, he thinks, okay, yeah, time to go. I don't want to get killed. So he gets his bag of rings, and the next world that he's going to go to is a world full of nothing but mushrooms and air. And no, it's not the Mushroom Kingdom. It's not a bunch of toads. So yeah, just as he's about to go, the military kind of like gets really close. So he's like, okay, I better go somewhere else to do this. So he goes to, of all places, to Tom's garage. So just as he's about to do it, he kind of hears him, and Tom's thinking, okay, there's a raccoon in my garage. I better go. Okay, I'll get a tranquilizer gun and get rid of it. So Tom goes in, and well, yeah, he sees Sonic. And yeah, and he shoots him. But in the process of being shot, Sonic, he accidentally drops his bag of rings through a portal to San Francisco on top of a building. So now Sonic does not have his rings, and he's knocked unconscious or put to sleep. So Tom, like, shocked that he sees a literal, space super hedgehog. It's kind of like, oh boy, okay, let's see what this is gonna do. So then Tom brings Sonic into his house, lets Sonic wake up, and just as Sonic is beginning to explain himself, then Dr. Robotic comes in his huge bus and just trying to find Sonic. So then Sonic just tells Tom, protect me, I am not going with that guy. So then Dr. Robotic goes up to Tom's house and pretty much just like tries to finesse his way into his house. But Tom, like being smart, he realizes, okay, yeah, he's not finessing me. But in the meantime, Robotnik begins to search the house using his machines, and then this happens.
Good morning, my rural chum.
Mr. Dr. Robotnik, I'm going to give you 5 seconds to tell me where it is.
Wait! Don't hurt him!
Yeah. Sonic and Tom, they get away. Tom punches Robotnik in the face, which, that was pretty funny, I gotta say. So then they leave, and they just begin their life on the run. And Sonic pretty much tells Tom his story. He tells him his name, his everything, and that he has to get his rings back in San Francisco to just get out of there. So then as they make their way out of there, they stop at a bar, and Sonic, pretty much being the kid that he is, like, honestly, like, he really acts just like a kid. He's really a kid. Like, he's a high-energy kid. So he decides to go into the bar and just have fun, because he's thinking, okay, this is going to be my last night on Earth. I want to have as much fun as I can. So they just have fun, but in the process, they start him and Tom, they start a bar fight, and just as Tom is about to get his butt whooped, Sonic just uses his supersonic speed to pretty much just go so fast and just defeat everyone at once, and the two of them get out of there. So then they go to a hotel room where apparently Tom has been branded a domestic terrorist by the government, even though that kind of gets thrown out. And they start to talk about bucket lists, like what really, like just things like that they want to do. And Sonic, and through this process, Tom kind of learns that like Sonic, he really just like, despite being a crazy hedgehog, he really just wants friends. He wants a like an actual friend to just be happy with. And also, Sonic kind of learns from Tom that he wants that Tom wants to go and move to San Francisco, and Sonic is immediately like, why would you do that? Green Hills is so nice, because he really likes Tom and he doesn't want Tom to move. But Tom really just wants to move. So they continue. So the next day they continue their way over to San Francisco, and well, in the meantime, Dr. Robotnik, he catches up to them with one of his giant machine cars kind of things, and he attacks Sonic and Tom, but well, this kind of happens.
Hey! Uh-oh. Let's go! Here comes the boom!
How are you not dead?
I have no idea!
Oh! Give me a big fat break!
Yeah. Sonic just destroys the thing easily, but Dr. Robotic has some more tricks up his sleeve. He continuously brings out smaller machines of the remains of the bigger one that's defeated. So then he brings out a smaller version of the machine. Sonic also defeats this. Then the wheel of the second machine becomes its own machine and tries to attack them. But Tom is able to defeat this one. And then a fourth tiny little bug machine tries to attack them, but well, this time, well, things don't really go as they hoped.
Aw, this one is cute. Let's keep him. Oh, come on! You've got car insurance, right?
Yeah, Tom's car turns into a convertible. So then, the small bug robot blows up, it explodes, hurting Sonic, and then the two of them, Tom and Sonic, they continue their way to San Francisco. And then Robotnik, he's like, geez, okay, these two, they're pretty good. Like, they are kind of avoiding me. So then Robotnik remembers that that at Tom's house, after Sonic left, he found one of Sonic's quills. And so one of Sonic's quills, and the quill has some of Sonic's energy. And then he realizes, maybe I can use this. So then he begins to analyze the quill, and he starts to get a little bit goofy. And this is such Jim Carrey. Like, it was so funny just what he was doing. Like, just take a look.
Whatever this creature is, our job is to secure it, neutralize it, see what makes it tick. Whatever this creature is, I'm going to uncover the source of its power.
Yeah, hey.
I just thought you might like a latte with steamed Austrian goat milk.
Of course I want a latte.
I love the way you make them!
Yeah, it was funny. So then Dr. Robotnik kind of realizes, like, oh, this quill has unlimited energy. I can use this. If my machines are powered with this could be really good for me. So then Sonic and Tom, they make it to San Francisco, and it turns out his girlfriend's actually there. That's the whole reason they were going there, or part of the reason. And his girlfriend is actually a nurse, or not a nurse, a veterinarian. I can't talk. So they go in. Tom shows Sonic to his wife, girlfriend, whatever, and she tries her best to bring him back. She basically just uses smell and salt to wake him up, and Tom's sister-in-law, she really hates Tom for some reason. Like, it's really funny how much she hates him. It's so funny, like, how she's so against him. It's never really brought up why, but it's just so funny. So Sonic being back, he like pretty much is all like, oh, we're here at San Francisco, and then Tom's spouse, she's kind of like, oh, like, what is happening? Why is there some weird alien hedgehog here in my house, or here? So then Tom pretty much explains what's going on, and Sonic, or Tom's niece, she pretty much gives Sonic these classic, she gives him new shoes. She gives him the classic red Sonic shoes, and they look pretty good. So then Tom, his girlfriend, and Sonic, they go to the building to try to find his bag of rings. They sneak up there, and they get it. And they find the bag. Then, just as Sonic, Tom, and his wife, they're all about to say their goodbyes, Robotic shows up in a machine powered by Sonic's his quill, and he's actually able to keep up with Sonic. So Sonic, trying to protect Tom and his girlfriend, he pushes them off the building, and in the process they fall, but he's able to throw a ring to them, and they are transported back to Green Hills. So then Sonic fights Robotnik, and they chase around all over the city, destroying pretty much everything. And they literally, with the power of the rings, they race all over the world, fighting, keeping up with each other. So then they get transported back to Green Hills, and Sonic is pretty much cornered right in front of everyone. And Tom stops Robotnik before he kills Sonic. And Robotnik pretty much gives a line. Why would you help? He asks Tom, like, why would you help this silly little alien? And Tom just says, he's my friend. And hearing this, Sonic wakes up and begins to attack Robotnik. And he's actually able to, like, power up and kind of drain the power of his quill, reducing Robotnik's power. So, and then in the meantime, Tom uses one of the rings to sneak up behind Robotnik and beat him up. And then after all this, Sonic is able to kick Robotnik and his machine off through a portal onto, of all places, the Mushroom Planet, trapping him there, and the portal closed, so he's trapped there. So then peace is good. Sonic decides, I'm gonna stay on Earth since Robotnik is gone. So then, as Sonic, Tom, and his wife, they decide to live together. Then the U.S. military just visits Tom, and as thanks for not saying anything about Sonic or the whole fight between him and Robotnik, they decide to reward them. Guess what? They decide to reward them, of all things, a $50 gift card to Olive Garden. I don't know why this movie is so obsessed with Olive Garden. Why does that... there are so many references to Olive Garden, of all things. I don't know why. So then Tom, he actually makes a room for Sonic in the attic with, all of Sonic's stuff. So then they all decide to live happily ever after as a family. And meanwhile, on the Mushroom Planet, Robotic, he is still alive. And he pretty much just says, okay, this planet has no resources, and he has no way home, and he actually starts to now look like Dr. Eggman. His mustache is grown, he's shaved his head, and he has the red jumpsuit. So, and even though he's kind of doesn't have really the weight of Dr. Eggman, but so he pretty much says, okay, I'm stuck here, don't have much options. A lesser man would die. Someone dumb would die. Me, I'm gonna get out by Christmas. I'll be home by Christmas. So then he starts to work to try and get back to Earth. And that was kind of like when I saw that, I was thinking, okay, we're probably gonna get a sequel as long as this movie does not flop. And at this point, it has not flopped, and I do not see it be flopping whatsoever. It is doing great. But then, as the credits go, and a mid-credit scene happens, and this officially cements my idea that we're gonna get a sequel. You want to see what that mid-credit scene is? Here it is.
If these readings are accurate, he's here. I found him. I just hope I'm not too late.
Yeah, Tails. That's Tails. That's Sonic's little partner in crime, Tails. The fox. Yeah, he's here, and he's looking for Sonic. He's coming. Yeah, I think we're gonna get a sequel, and I'm just really happy because after so much crap that this movie has gotten, like the first trailer, it was a disaster. Like when people first saw that trailer, the first Sonic, this movie really was just like off the rails crazy. Like the first Sonic design was terrible. Then everyone complained to Hollywood, and they said, okay, we'll change him. And then they spent more time just to change the look of Sonic, and this time he looks really good. So yeah, and the fact that we're gonna get a sequel of this, that pleases me so much. I'm happy. So my review of this movie is that it's really good. It's a good movie for the kids, and you get to see Jim Carrey kind of like be crazy and funny. So I give this movie a B. It's a B movie. Check it out while it's still in theaters. I mean, it just came out this weekend, so it's probably still in theaters. But yeah, so now the next movie that I'm going to review soon. This movie, I'll give you some hints. It is about a guy who dies but comes back to life, but this time he's a bit different. And I know that's not really much of it, and it stars Vin Diesel. Do you not really get it? It's not Fast and Furious, but if you really don't get it, here's the trailer.
And initiate sequence. Okay, who is the next target for elimination?
Memories are made of this.
Tell me, do you remember anything?
Do I know you guys?
I don't think so.
They've been manipulating you. What you think is real sometimes ain't.
And initiate sequence.
Me forever.
Sure about that?
Revenge is what makes a man like you exceptional.
You know nothing about men like me.
That is absolutely fantastic.
I feel like I just read this. Are they playing this on repeat?
Yes, the next movie I'm watching is Bloodshot. That movie looks pretty interesting. Starring Vin Diesel, so it'll be a nice little warm-up to get me ready to see him in Fast 9 this summer. So yeah, guys, I'm going to end this video off right here. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Give this a like, consider subscribing if you have not, and share this video out. And I'll see you guys next time.
It's over.